click the link below or go straight to mr.locario.com to get the documentary Game Kings, The Definition of Game. Yo, what's poppin'? What's going on? It's your boy, Mr. Locario, the bad boy of the dating game. What's good? So in this video, I want to tell you guys that doing things for women will always make you unhappy. It's always going to make you unhappy. It is. Let me break this down, right? What you got to understand when it comes to you interacting with these girls, having these relationships, dating these girls, having a girlfriend, having a wife, whatever it is, right? You have to make sure that you are doing exactly what you want to do in your relationships. And you need to find women who want to do the things that you want to do and who accept you for who you are, right? Because if that's not the case, you're going to be frustrated, you're going to be angry, you're going to be upset, you're going to be unhappy in your relationships. And a lot of times guys are unhappy in relationships because they're always doing things for women. They're not doing things for themselves. They're not creating the type of relationships and situations that they want, and they're not finding women to follow their program. And so when this happens, you're going to be unhappy. See, what it is you have to think about, what do you want to do? What type of life you want, what type of situations you want to be in, and what type of circumstances you want to be in when it comes to you dealing with women. And you have to find women who want to follow that and who want to cooperate with that, right? And so what happens is that when you find women who are like that, then you're not doing things for women, you're doing things for yourself, and women are following. Now, when I say don't do things for women, what I'm talking about is I'm not saying that you just be like, well, fuck these hoes, I ain't doing shit for these bitches. I'm not talking about that, right? What I'm saying is that you come first, right? And when you come first, what that means is that you're going to be happy because you're doing your thing. And because you are happy, what's going to happen is that a lot of times you'll end up being in these situations and you are going to be doing things that's going to make the woman feel content, and she's going to feel like she's in a good situation, and she's going to enjoy herself being with you because you started the interaction off and you made it a consistent thing where you're just doing your thing and she's following that lead, and she wants to follow that because that's also something she wants to do. See, a lot of times when I talk about cooperation, what it means is that you're working together, right? And the woman essentially is doing what she wants to do also, because what she wants to do is what you want to do, right? This is where that compatibility comes in. See, if you and the girl are compatible, that means that you and her are both in this situation and you and her both actually like what's going on. But remember, you started the interaction. You created the relationship. Remember, most of the time what happens is that you go up, approach the girl, you talk to the girl, you set up the dates, you start the interaction, and you start the relationship. You start the things, and it continues from there. So you're the one creating this. So when you're creating this, you got to make sure that you're doing the things that you want to do, and you're not doing things for women. So a lot of times guys get frustrated and angry because what they do is this: they get with a girl. The girl says, I want to do A, B, and C. And the guy is like, okay, we'll do A, B, and C. We'll do all the things you want to do. And he's doing things for her. He's following her lead. He's doing everything that she wants him to do. And then he's upset and frustrated because a lot of the stuff that she wants to do, he may not necessarily want to do. You see what I'm saying? And then he becomes upset, frustrated, and unhappy that he's doing all these things that he doesn't want to do. And then what happens is that when the relationship doesn't work out, and it ends sooner than later, because usually it's going to end quickly when a guy is doing this type of thing because the woman is leading him, he gets upset at the woman and wants to blame the woman for the shit going, astray. But what he didn't realize is that happened because he was doing the things for women and not doing the things for himself. So what I mean is this: you have to be the type of guy that says, okay, I like to do these things. I like to do D, E, and F. That's the thing I like to do, right? And you have to find a woman who also likes doing D, E, and F, and y'all do that shit together. See, what happens a lot of times is if a woman says to you, I love you, right? There's a lot of times when that's that's not a accurate statement. That's incorrect when she says, I love you. Because in order for her to actually love you, right? What that means is that she has to be able to accept you for everything you're about. You understand what I'm saying? She has to accept you for everything you're about. So let's say if you are the type of guy that likes to play video games a lot. Now, if she's, getting annoyed at you for always wanting to play video games, you understand? And she's upset at you for that. And she's trying to change you. And she doesn't want you to play video games. Guess what? She doesn't love you because you are the type of guy who likes to play video games. Now, let's say you stop playing video games because you want to make her happy. Right? Now you're going to be miserable because you want to play video games. You stop playing video games for her. You're doing something for her. And now you're going to be upset and frustrated that you're not playing video games. And then she's going to be upset and frustrated because you have that energy like you don't really want to be there. You understand? And then she's going to get frustrated because one, you done listened to what the fuck she told you. So now she's looking at you like, well, you got me leading you. And two, she's going to be frustrated because that energy you're bringing, you're going to bring that sort of energy like you don't really want to be in a situation because you're frustrated and angry at the fact that you're not playing video games anymore. And that's going to be a situation where the relationship's going to end and crumble at some point. So the woman has to fully accept you how you are, but you have to fully accept you, right? And you have to say, listen, this is who I am. And if you want to be in a relationship with me, then you got to accept this thing that's going down. And I'm going to do me. And if you want to be with me, you're going to have to get with my program, period. Right? And see, now this is the thing. Because some of y'all might be like, but Locario, if you're in a relationship and shouldn't, there be some compromise and this and this and that. And of course there should be. Now, this is the flip side of the coin. Even though you're doing the things you want to do, right? There's also an aspect of the relationship where you have to be able to maintain the relationship. You have to be able to make sure that the relationship is consistent and it keeps going. And that requires maintenance. So sometimes in a relationship, you're going to have to do things that must be done, right? And sometimes the things that must be done may not necessarily be things that you particularly want to do, you understand, in a particular situation. But again, you're not necessarily doing it for her. You're doing shit that must be done to maintain the relationship, right? And the things that you're doing that must be done, right, have to get done. And that maintains the relationship, but it doesn't necessarily mean that you're changing yourself or you're switching up who you are. You're just doing things that must be done to maintain the relationship, right? So for example, a thing that might, that must be done to maintain a relationship is you might have to have certain conversations or interactions with your woman where you might not necessarily feel like, talking out certain things or doing certain things, but these conversations and these interactions must be done in order to have that conversation and that communication to get a certain understanding to keep things moving forward, right? See, I was watching I can't remember who it was, but it was like one of these spiritual teacher type of people, right? And he said that, he was like, an idiot goes through life doing things that they don't want to do. He said an intelligent person goes through life doing exactly what they want to do, for the most part, right? And then he says, a genius is a person who does what must be done joyfully. So there are going to be things that you are going to have to do, right? But you do it and say, well, this is what I got to do to maintain this relationship. And I'm going to do it without it having to be an issue. But at the end of the day, like I said, you still want to be doing the things that you want to do, and you don't want to be doing things just for the woman. And see, a lot of times you'll end up doing things, for her, right? If, and you'll do it in a way where you actually like doing it if you are happy in your situation. So for example, If you're happy in your relationship, right? Your girl is going to be happy because you're going to be doing things that create situations and circumstances that make her feel good in that situation, make her feel secure, make her feel loved, make her feel, you understand what I'm saying? But you're not just doing things for her, even though you don't want to do it. You're going to be doing things you want to do because you're happy in the relationship, because first you're doing you. You're doing the things you want to do first, and that trickles down to you creating circumstances and situations to where the woman can flourish in that situation, right? But if you're sitting there, you know, in a relationship with a woman and she's telling you, I want you to do this, I want you to stop doing that, I want you to do this, and you're just doing all these things for her, you are going to be unhappy because you're not respecting yourself by first doing the things you want to do. Because your relationship that you have with your girl should be an extension of how you see yourself and you wanted to do things. So a lot of times when you got guys out here who got their girl running them, or got the girl, you know, freaking abusing them, got the girl leading them, all this other stuff, is because they're doing things for the woman and they didn't do things for themselves. And doing the thing for yourself is creating that situation, that relationship that you want. You're creating the type of relationship that you want. You see what I'm saying? And you're doing it the way you want to do it. And you're finding women who are cooperating with that. And then if they don't want to cooperate, if they don't want to make that happen, then cool, they can keep it pushing, right? And then you find somebody else who is going to actually cooperate with that. You see what I mean? But the most important thing when it comes to you being happy in your relationship is you have to do you. You understand? Everything has to be about the things that you want to do for you. And then you do things that must be done to maintain the relationship. But overall, it has to have a foundation of you doing things for you. And then you doing things for you is going to make you happy. And then when you're happy, you understand, then that's going to have a girl, the girl that you're with, in a positive and beneficial situation for her. But if you're not happy, the relationship crumbles. The relationship's going to fall. You understand what I'm saying? So you got to make sure that you're happy first. You got to make sure that you are okay with you first, right? And then once that is in place and once you're doing what you want to do, then everything else will fall into line. All right, so that's pretty much it. Listen, guys, if you have any questions, click the link below and I'll holler at you later. Remember, the truth is inside you. Peace, I'm gone. Click the link below and get your bad boy gear. Get the t-shirts, Submissive Women Are Sexy, Binary as Fuck, and I'm God to these hoes. Click the link below to get your bad boy gear today. Now, before you go, click the link below and go to badboymembership.com. Now, badboymembership.com is a place where you go to get 45 through 90-minute audio and video dating advice tutorials every month. Listen, I know you're tired of being rejected. Go to badboymembership.com. I know you're tired of being afraid to approach women. Go to badboymembership.com. I know you're tired of not getting the women that you want. Go to badboymembership.com. Listen, I know you're tired of being alone on a Friday night. Go to badboymembership.com. Now picture this. You'll go from not getting what you want when it comes to you dealing with women to actually getting what you want, to being the guy women want to be with, women want to date, women want to have sex with. All you need to do is go to badboymembership.com, follow the steps, learn the game, implement the game, and then you will get the woman you want. Make sure you go to badboymembership.com today. Click the link below.